Okay, so let's go on here. We are told now that the fridge is insured at 11.5% per annum of the cash price. The total insurance is calculated, then split up over 36 months. It is then added to the monthly installment. Calculate the new monthly installment if the customer wants to insure the fridge. Okay, so let's just read again the saying. The fridge is insured at 11.5% per annum of the cash price. So let's see, if we're saying insured at 11.5% per annum of the cash price, that means we need to calculate the insurance premium. Okay, yeah, because it is 11.5% of the cash price now. So the insurance premium, that's the total as well of the insurance premium. We are going to find by, as it says here, it is what is insured at 11.5% of the cash price. So what is the cash price? So we're going to say cash price times, now if it's saying of 11.5%, then basically this means, in other words, the cash price we know is 25,998. We multiply that by what? Off means multiplication. 11.5 divided by 100, because remember we express this as such. Then if we move the decimal twice, we know that this is 0, 1, 2 for the zeros. 2 zeros means we move 2 decimal places to the left twice, 1, 2. So this is not comma 115. So we know it's 25,998 times 0.115. So I'm going to use my calculator and say 25,998, multiply that by 0.115. So it's 0.115. That is basically equal to 2,987. 2,989 rand 77 cents. So it's 2,989 rand 77. Okay, so that's the insurance premium total. But then remember, what did it say further? The total insurance is calculated and then split up over 36 months. So this is the total insurance, but then it's split up over the 36 months. All right, so that this insurance is manageable. So we are wanting now to calculate the monthly insurance premium. So we are going to take this 2,989 cents, and we are going to share it. In other words, divide it over the 36-month period. Okay, so if we want to calculate the monthly insurance premium, we take the total insurance premium, we divide it by the number of months. Okay, total insurance premium, let's just say the total insurance premium. Okay, and we would divide it by the total months, okay, over which this obviously hire purchase agreement is entered into. So that's why we say 2,989 rand 77 divided by 36. So let's just go there. We already have our 2,989 rand, which is divided by 36, and let's see what do we get. So sorry, no percentage there, no percentage. 83 rand. Okay, and what? 83 rand and 5 cents. Remember, 2 decimal places means we cut here. The 9 cents to the 4 go up by 1. Okay, remember, 2 decimal place. Usually we round off to 2 decimal places. There's no other instruction, so it's 83 rand and 4 cents. So it's 83 rand and 5 cents. It's very importantly that we round off to 2 decimal places if there's no indication of how we should round off. Then what did they further on say? Calculate the new monthly installment if the customer wants to insure the fridge. Remember, the monthly installment that was there. Did we have a monthly installment? Yes, the monthly installment was 928, right? 928. Okay, remember, for buy Hisense fridge for only 928 rand per month. So this was the monthly installment. Now, if we are going to add the insurance, it means that the new monthly installment with the insurance premium is going to be equal to what? The monthly insurance that was there plus the premium, which means 928 rand plus the 83 rand and 5 cents. Because remember, we want to make sure that the fridge is insured so that in any event that anything happens, we can actually replace the fridge. 928 rand plus the 83 rand 5 cents. So let's just go there and just say plus the what? The 928, which is equal to 1011 rand 5 cents. It's quite a bit that this person is going to be paying the new monthly installment with insurance. Okay, with insurance premium added on. Okay, so it's 1011 rand 5 cents that this person is going to be paying. Okay, all right, let's go on to the last question here. The cost of the fridge is subject to inflation and increases to a cash price of 27,499 rand. After 2 years, calculate the annual inflation rate. Okay, right, so A is equal to P. Now, inflation is a compound interest manifestation. What is inflation? Inflation is a compound interest manifestation. So when we talk about inflation, what is inflation? Let's just remind ourselves, it's the average increase in the cost of goods and services over a period of time. We can use what? The compound interest formula to calculate what? The expected increase in the cost of goods and services over a period of time. So A is equal to P, 1 plus I, brackets to the power n. Why am I using this? It's because inflation is the average increase in the cost of goods and services over a period of time. We use what when we calculate that? We use the compound interest formula. So that I'm not using the simple interest formula, even though this is obviously within the context of a hire purchase agreement. But remember, the specifics here is that the cost of the fridge is subject to inflation and increase to a cash price of 27,499 after 2 years. Calculate the annual inflation rate. So what is A? A then will be this amount that this fridge will increase to, which is 27,999. P is the original amount that the fridge cost, which is 25,998. I'm going to use that amount that I got in my calculation. I, the inflation rate, which I want to calculate, is what I want to find. And over a period of what? Of 2 years is when this amount was able to grow from this to that because of the increase in goods and services. So A, 27,999 is equal to P. P is 25,998. Okay, let's just write this again. 27,998 is equal to 25,998. 1 plus the I. The I is what we want to the power 2. Okay, because n is 2 years. Then what we do is we actually going to, so we write down the formula for compound interest because it's inflation. We substitute after substituting, we want to calculate the value of I. Now I is inside this bracket, so we need to make I the subject of the formula. So application of literal equations. Okay, but first and foremost, we can see this 25,998, it's outside the bracket. So what we are going to do is we are going to divide both sides by 25,998. Why? Because that makes sure that we have the bracket alone on the right hand side, because we want the I. Okay, yeah, and the 25,998 is multiplied to the bracket, so then that cancels that. We are left with 1 plus I to the power 2, and then of course this here, okay, we can just leave that there. Okay, then what we do after that is we take since it's to the power 2, we are going to take the square root. But what we do on the right, we do on the left. I hope that makes sense. Then what does that do? It removes the what? It removes the square. The square and the square root have a opposite effect, which leaves us with 1 plus I. Now I can be isolated. I'll take the 1 over, transpose the 1, okay, which will leave me with the square root of 27,999 over 25,998 minus 1. Okay, yeah, remember, if I transpose the 1 is gone. Okay, then I'm left with what? With I alone, guys. I alone. Okay, very important, this thing. Then after that, I can take this and put it in my calculator. Now if you have your scientific calculator, it will be very nice to just use the fraction option, you know, that fraction option. Then you obviously put the root first, okay, on your fraction, and then you put this inside and you put this inside, and then you write your values, the square root obviously, and then you subtract 1 from it. That should be able to lead you nicely to the answer that's required. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask one of you to write the answer in the comment section for me. Okay, yeah, and then remember this value, the interest rate, what you are going to do is you are going to get a decimal, of course, but then what you are going to do is you are going to calculate the R value by taking whatever I value that you get, which is a decimal, you times it by 100, and then you guys are going to also tell me what is the interest rate, okay, the annual inflation rate as a percentage. Okay, the initial I value will be a decimal number, but then when I want to convert that decimal number into a percentage.